Hello guys, I hope all of you are fine. So in today's lecture, we'll be discussing about construction of DFA. Construction of DFA means we will be constructing DFA with various problems where we are going to take two input symbols. Earlier, we have taken one input symbols. Like for an example, if I have to construct a DFA, like this is my first question, construct a DFA that accepts exactly two ones. This is a problem, and we have two input symbols 0 and 1 to process with. We have two input symbols 0 and 1 to process with. So how we are going to solve it? Exactly two ones means there will be two ones, but there is no condition imposed on zeros. If there is no condition imposed on zeros, it means it can have any number of zeros. So this is our take on this particular part. So it means, firstly, let's try to get exactly two ones. So exactly two ones are obtained by double one, right? So this is first answer that we can get, because any number of zeros means even zero number of zeros. So we have not included any zero. Let's include one zero over here. So 1 0 2 ones, this answer is acceptable, or this answer 0 1 0 1 because we have two number of ones, or we can have 1 0 1 as an answer. So guys, if you are forming answers, the first important thing take is to form the length. You have to basically construct a DFA with length 2, then length 3, then length 4, and then form the answers accordingly. Now over here we have any number of zeros. So any number of zeros means infinite number of zeros. You are not going to waste time in just writing the strings. You just have to construct faster and try to take all the possibilities. Try to construct a DFA with minimum 5 length for that matter, and maybe then we can see. So we have taken length 4, length 3, or I can take 110 as a particular string. So this is also length 3. So there are many infinite answers that I can take. Now the important take out of it is how we are going to construct it. So the first important step that to be noticed is that construct a generalized DFA. Generalized DFA means what is required. The requirement is exactly two ones. So create Q0 1, Q1 1, and Q2. Now let's understand the important definition of DFA. The important definition, or you can put a note also, that every state has every transition with every input symbol. It means what I'm saying, that Q0, if it has a transition with 1, Q0 clearly has a transition with 1, it is going to Q1. But Q0 is not having a transition with 0. So create a transition with 0. Clear? Similarly, Q1 is also having a transition with 1. Create a transition with 0. And what about Q2? Q2 does not have any transition. So Q2 must have transitions with zeros and ones, obviously. Another important thing, that single input, you must have single output only. You cannot have multiple outputs from single input. That is the definition of DFA. So how we are going to go about that? Initially, Q0 is having a transition with 1, it goes to Q1. Q1 has a transition with 1, it goes to Q2. Now what we need to understand from this particular aspect is Q0 must have a transition with 0. Guys, simply try to get certain answers. Q0, if let's say I'm getting different answers. Q naught, if it has a transition with 0 over here, it is definitely possible. Q naught given 0, it goes to Q1, or Q1 given 1, it goes to Q1. One of them will be picked up. But if 0's transition is picked up, Q naught when it is given 0, it goes to Q1, and then Q1 is given 1, it goes to Q2. Which string is getting accepted? It means I'm talking about this particular answer. Q naught is given 0, it goes to Q1, and Q1 is given 1, it goes to Q2. So the string that I am accepting is 0, 1. Is 0, 1 containing exactly two ones? No. So it means this step is definitely wrong. So I am excluding this step from my list. So I cannot take 0, 1 as a particular answer, and I cannot accept 0 from Q naught. See, from Q naught, you cannot directly go to 0 over here. Why? The reason is as simple. Q naught directly cannot skip a state. This is finite automata. So there is only one option left, is that put a loop of 0 on Q naught. Now it will satisfy certain answers for sure. It will satisfy, I can take 1 0 from this, and 1 1, 2 ones are taken. Loop means any number of zeros. Any number of zeros means even 0 zeros also. Even 0 zeros means I cannot take any 0 from this. I am accepting 1 1. This was my answer. I'm accepting 1 0 from this. I'm getting 2 ones. This is an answer, right? So this is first thing. Now the second important part over here is that Q1. Now Q1 already has a transition with 1. So Q1 already has a transition with 1. So Q1 must have transition with 0 as well. So what kind of answer that can be put up in this particular context? Now I can give Q1 as just sec Q1. I can give 1. I can give 0 over here. So if I give 0 over here, just see Q naught when it is given 1, it goes to Q1. So I have reached Q1. Q1 when it is given 0, what it is given? What is given? So obviously when it is given 0, I'm reaching to final state, and final state is accepting which string? 1 0. Is it right? Obviously not, because it is not containing two ones. So this is definitely wrong. I have to skip this whole particular part. Now how does this whole scenario would lead me up to? So it means this step that I have done is definitely wrong. So I should be avoiding this particular step by putting Q1 with 0. Now what I can do is I can go over here, or I can try this particular part and reverse and put a loop of a Q1 with 0. Now this is possible, but let's see how this particular folds up. So I'm trying one particular string. I'm putting Q1 with 1, Q naught with 1. I'm going with Q1, right? And I'm again from Q1, I'm going back to Q naught. It is possible to go back. And Q1 when it is given 0, it goes to Q naught. And again Q naught is given 1, I'm going with Q1, and I'm then finally going to Q2. So guys, I have done this step. It means Q0 to Q1, Q1 to Q0, Q0 to Q1, and then Q1 to Q2. Eventually I must reach final state. Final state accepts the string. But if we do this particular process, I'm having the answer of 1 0 1 1. And this answer is also wrong. Why? Because it is not containing exactly two ones. So there is only one option left with us, and that option is that you must put a loop of this particular loop that I am referring. I must put a loop of zero with this, and I must delete this particular part because it is not required. So over here Q0 has a transition. Q0 has a transition with 0 and 1. Q1 also has a transition with 0 and 1. Guys, we have obtained exactly two zeros. The best, exactly two ones actually. The best part is how we are going to get the next particle, because Q2 must have transitions and Q2 we haven't given any transition yet. So how we can give? Again, any number of zeros comes after we get two exactly ones, we don't have a problem, right? If I get any one from Q2, it will be wrong. Why? Because it will have more than two ones, which is not the part of the question. So how we are going to go about this Q2 part? Even if you can try it, put 0 over here, you will get 1, 1, 0 and ending with again 1, 3 zeros, 3 ones which are wrong. If you can put 1 over here, again that would be 1, 1. One from this side, one from this side, one from Q2 to Q1, and one from Q1 to Q2. 4 ones wrong. So it means this step is definitely wrong. We don't need to do this particular step. Even I put 0 over here, that would be wrong too, because I'm going back to Q2. So it means 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 again, four number of ones which are wrong. So these steps are definitely wrong, and we don't need to have a transition with 1. Why? Because 1, if I have a transition with Q2 with 1, I will have more number of ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting a transition of 0 over here. This is fine, because any number of zeros comes fine. I can accept this string. How? 0 from Q, so 0, 1, 0, 1, guys, just check. Q0 to Q0 to itself with 0, it goes to Q0, and then Q0 to Q1 with 1, then Q1 with 0 to itself, and Q1 with 1 with Q2. It is possible. 1, 0, 1 is possible. 1 from this side, 0 from this side, and 1 from this side. This is possible. 1, 1, 0. 1 from this side, 1 from this side, and 0 from this side. Possible. So eventually, this is a right answer. And what about Q2 has a transition with 0, guys, but it does not have a transition with 1. So to represent the every state has every transition with every input symbol, I'm creating a transition with 1, but that is of no use. So I'm putting a dead state that is also having a transition with 0 and 1 that does not have any importance. But yes, Q2 now has a transition with 0 and 1. Right? So this is how you can construct a DFA with a particular problem with exactly two ones. And Q2 now has a transition with 0. Yes, this is a valid transition, but Q2 with 1 is not a valid transition because it will not lead up to anything. To represent every state has every transition with every input symbol, we have included this dead state. But again, every string is accepted, whether it is 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, or 1, 1, 0. Any number of zeros that come after it is in the form of loop. Hopefully this part is clear to all. So similarly, you can construct various DFAs with a problem of at least two ones. At least two ones means you have taken two ones, and two ones are from this particular scenario. Two ones at least means minimum two ones, maximum there can be any number of ones. So how will be you construct the string minimum two ones? Two length, right? Minimum two ones must be there. Let's say, what if I have 0 over here? What if I have 101 over here, 110? So guys, I am constructing again length 3 length strings, and what if we have three number of ones possible? This is also possible. 1101, this is also possible. Minimum two ones are there. So again, this is something which is an infinite length string, and there is no condition imposed on 0. So you have any number of zeros. You can have this answer also, 110000. So many answers. So how we are going to solve it? Again, create a generalized automata. So it has the similar kind of conditions, guys. Similar Q1 with 1 and Q2. There will be some changes, but mostly will be similar. I have to include because Q0 has a transition with 1. Q0 does not have any other transition with 0. It must have a transition with 0. Again, putting 0 over here would give me 0 1 acceptance. 0 1 acceptance I must not have. There is no other option but to put a loop on Q0 to itself 0. From this process, I will accept double one with no zeros from Q0. This is accepted. I am accepting 0 1 1 also. This is also accepted from this. Similarly, I have to design transition with, so Q0 transition is over with 0 and 1. Now what about Q1? Q1 has a transition and Q2, so I'm just writing it over here. Q1 has a transition with 1, Q2 still does not have a transition with anything. So now over here Q1 has a transition with 1, but Q1 does not have a transition with 0. Again guys, it's up to us what kind of transitions we need to put. Like for an example, Q1, if I put a transition with 0 over here, what acceptance we will get is from Q0 to Q1 with 1 and Q1 to Q2 with 0. So I'm accepting 1 0, which is wrong because acceptance state must accept the correct string, and 1 0 is not a correct string. Minimum 2 ones are not there. This is wrong. I am putting 0 over here. So some strings can be accepted. I am going with Q0 to Q1 with 1. Then from Q1 to Q0 with 0. Then again from Q1 to Q0, Q0 from Q0 to Q1 with 1, and Q1 to Q2 with Q2. Fine, 1011 is accepted, but I want to accept 1012. So can I get 101 from this answer? See, 101 11 is fine. This is a correct answer, but 101 is also a correct answer. Can we accept it from this particular answer? 1 from this side, 0 from this side, but 1 from this side. I'm ending up with Q1, which is not a final state. So I must go to final state Q2. Unfortunately, this answer is not getting accepted. So the rule of DFA is it should accept all the correct answers and it should not accept any wrong answer. So over here, correct answer 1011 is accepted, but unfortunately, correct answer 101 is not accepted from this automata. Clearly, it means this step is also wrong. So I have to remove that 0 from this and get a particular answer by removing this 0. I'm putting 0 over here. There is no other option. So see, I am accepting various answers from this. See, 1 from Q0 to Q1, 0 from Q1 to Q0, from Q1 to Q1 only, and 1 from Q1 to Q2. So I'm getting 101 accepting. Perfect. At least Q1 has a transition with 0 also. Now Q2, it doesn't have any transition, but I have ensured one thing, 0 1 0 1. If I'm writing 0 1 0 1, 0 from this side, 1 from this side, 0 from this side, 1 from this side. Accepted. I have ensured one thing over here. That thing is that I have a transition of 0 with 0 and 1 with Q0 and Q1 both. And anything that comes after that is accepted. Like for an example, 1011. This is 1, this is 0, this is 1. So minimum 2 ones are accepted. Anything that comes after it is accepted. So when you are in a position to accept anything out of it, put a loop of 0 and 1. What does that signify? That anything that comes after 2 ones are accepted, you can write anything. Means loop of 0 1 signifies any number of zeros and ones, any combination of zeros and ones, any combination. You can take 1 0 1 0 after you are accepting. Like for an example, if I want to accept 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. So I'm taking 1 0 from this side, 1 1 from this side, 1 0 from this side, 1 1 from this side. Minimum 2 zeros are accepted. So anything that is coming after it means I want to accept 1, I can get 1 1 from this. I can accept 0. Yes, I'm accepting 1 0 from this. 1 1 0 0 1 1. I can accept anything out of it. This is a case of at least two ones. Loop of 0 ones also signifies zero number of zeros and zero number of ones. It can also signify zero number of zeros and any number of ones. So this is a loop. Loop of 0 ones means any number of anything. This is a correct answer for at least two ones. Now, if I have the next possible answer with next possible question with at most two ones, and we have 0, 1, which which are the possible input symbols. So how at most two ones? At most two ones means, guys, this is actually a restricted string. Restricted string means uh, you have any number of zeros. For that it is infinite, but for maximum two ones. So maximum two ones means maximum two ones, minimum any number of ones. Any number of ones means even null is also getting accepted. What do you mean by null? Null means zero number of anything. Means you haven't given anything to it. Again, that is accepted because the condition is imposed on ones, not zeros. I can also write 0 over here as an answer. Why? Why I'm writing 0 over here as an answer? Why? Because even if zero number of ones, that are also accepted. Single one is accepted. Single one means minimum 1 1. So maximum two ones can be there, but a minimum 1 1 can be there. I can write 0 1 1 0. Perfect. 1 1 is there. Now we have two ones. So minimum two ones I can write. I can also write 0 1 1. I can write 1 1 0. I can write 1 0 1. 0 0 1 also. Right. So these are the possible answers for length 3. Or I can have minimum two ones. I can have any number of zeros, or I can write 000, 111, all zeros. So condition is imposed on ones, maximum two ones. So maximum two ones create a generalized automata with 1 q1 1 q2. I can put it as a final state because maximum two ones are accepted. Now guys, let me tell you one important factor, very important factor, very important. It's, you can also write in the form of note. Note is, when null is your answer, your initial state becomes your final state. Why? Because your null is also an answer. You haven't given anything to it, still your null is getting accepted. This is very important part. Very. So initial becomes final, right? Now you have written that 0 can be an answer. See, Q0 has a transition with 1. Q1 has a transition with 1. Q2 does not have any transition, so I am writing it as such. So Q0 has a transition with 1, so Q0 must have a transition with 0. I can get 0 1 as an answer. So but if I'm starting with 1, I cannot get 0 1 as an answer. So I must start with 0 also. If I'm putting 1 0 over here, this can be an answer, but it may not have other answers accepted. Right? Other answers such as, if I want to get let's say over here two zeros. So how will I get it? Q, if I'm putting over here as 0, I may get that particular answer, but again, I have to be very particular with what I'm accepting. So the first important thing is put a loop of 0 over here. We have put a 0. So in this process, I will accept 1 0 also. This answer is accepted. I'm accepting single one also. So single one is going from, so Q0 has a transition with 0 now. Single 1 is also an answer, and single 1, when it is given, it goes to Q1. So when single 1 is an answer, that also becomes the final state. This also becomes the final state. So this is also accepted. I want to accept 0 1. 1 0 from this side, 1 1 from this side. This answer is also accepted. I want to accept 1 0. So how will I put that particular thing? Again, the condition is for any number of zeros. Any number of zeros means you can put 1 0 from this, but that would be a restricted answer. Why? Because I want to still get double 1, or I want to still get 1 0 1. Again, the restrictions must not be imposed. So clearly I must put a 0 over here, any number of zeros, right? So this answer, which is 1 0, is also getting accepted. 1 1 is already getting accepted. I want to get 0 1 1 0 1 1 is also getting accepted. I want to get 1 1. Okay, 1 1 0. Now Q2 does not have any now Q1 also has a transition with 0. Q2 does not have any transition with 0, so there is no restriction imposed on Q2. Clearly I can put 0 over here, but I cannot put 1. Why? Because 1 is clearly restricted with minimum 2 ones. So again, I must create one with dead state, as I have done in my previous question, first question that we have done. Now over here it accepts every string. How? 1 1 0 is getting accepted. 1 0 1 is also getting accepted. 0 0 1 is also getting accepted. 1 1 1 1 and all number of zeros are getting accepted. 000, 3 zeros, 1 1 is also getting accepted, and after that all zeros is getting accepted. So this is the appropriate answer for this particular question. I hope this is clear. So guys, I would advise all of you to firstly accept all the right answers. Try to see whether wrong answers must not be accepted. Now Q2 is having a transition with 0 and it is having a dead transition with 1. If you have any sort of questions, kindly put it on the comment section. In the comment section, I would be happy to answer. So thank you very much.